My wife told me not to hug my own son because he's gay. I was sitting on the couch with my little girl under my arm when my son walked in, and the second he leaned on my chest, I saw my wife freeze like he'd done something dirty. But let me go back for a second. I had my boys way too young, 17. Their mom's parents practically shoved the twins into my arms so their daughter's future wouldn't get ruined. For years, I didn't know how to be a dad. I acted like a tired big brother who happened to also pay bills. The boys knew I was their father, but we didn't have that deep father-son thing. Not until my dad forced me to take full responsibility when I moved out. I didn't want it. I was scared. But those first months changed everything. I still remember the first night it clicked. The twins were 7. We were watching some superhero movie, both of them squeezed against Mayoni on each side, heads on my chest, my arms wrapped around them. I kissed their foreheads without thinking, and both boys squeezed me tighter. That became our thing, our bond, our way of saying, I love you, without saying it. Fast forward years later, I meet my wife. My boys are teenagers. She sees us doing this all the time, movie nights, lazy Sundays, hugs, kisses on the forehead, and not once did she look bothered. Not once. Then the boys go off to college. They're 20 now, and whenever they visit, they still lay their heads on me like when they were kids. I'm their safe place, and I love that. 2 weeks ago, one of my sons, Liam, sat me down and told me he's gay. His voice was shaking. He introduced me to his boyfriend. My first thought? I'm so glad he trusted me enough to tell me. I hugged him. I kissed the top of his head, just like always. Nothing changed. Why would it? Apparently, it mattered a whole lot to my wife. The next time Liam visited, officially out now, I was watching Red with my daughter curled into my left side. He walked in looking exhausted from exams. He didn't even say anything. He just dropped onto the sofa beside me, put his head on my shoulder like he's done for over a decade, and I wrapped my arm around him. I kissed his forehead and said, "Good to have you back, buddy." He smiled. My daughter giggled. It was warm, soft, normal. My wife? She stared like she'd swallowed a lemon. I ignored it, went to bed, slept like a rock. The next morning, she cornered me in the kitchen with this stiff, fake, calm voice. She said, "I don't want you doing that with Liam anymore." I thought I misheard. With what? Hugging him, kissing him, that. Not anymore. I laughed because I really thought she was joking, but she doubled down. "You can do that with Lucas, but not with Liam." I swear, I felt something go cold inside me. "So let me get this straight," I said. "You're fine with affection when he's straight, but the second he comes out to me, suddenly it's inappropriate? That's what you're saying?" She flinched but didn't deny it. "It just makes me uncomfortable," she said. "It's different now. You need to respect that. I'm his parent too." I stepped closer so she couldn't run from it. "You're not his parent," I said. "You don't get to tell me how I bond with my sons, and you're being homophobic." She exploded. "How dare you say that? I'm your wife. You're supposed to treat me like an equal." I didn't shout. I didn't move. I just looked at her and said, "Then stop acting like he stopped being my son the second he told the truth." And she went silent, completely silent, because she knew exactly what I meant. Later, my brother tried to defend her. "You have to understand, it's a big change." A big change? My son being honest about who he is? Why is that a change for anyone but him? Why does she need time to adjust to someone else's life? What is she adjusting to? That my son loves men? That his hugs suddenly became suspicious? That his head on my chest suddenly became a threat? That night, Liam came back to grab something he forgot. My daughter ran to him. He picked her up. He walked into the living room and dropped onto the couch next to me like always, his head on my shoulder, my arm around him. My wife stood in the doorway, staring at us with that same tight, bitter look. Liam noticed her. He started to pull away, and I stopped him. I held him tighter. He looked at me, unsure. I kissed the top of his head right in front of her, and I said, loud enough for her to hear every word, "Don't move. You're my son. You're safe here." She opened her mouth. I stared her down. She closed it and walked away without a word.